So now that you have exported your scene from DAZ, launch the Octane Standalone. I'm actually testing out the new release of 2025.1 Beta 1. Go ahead and file, open your exported scene, and this should load looking just as it did in DAZ Studio. So if you notice in your viewport, there you don't, it's a gray viewport as it is because no render viewport has been selected. If you were to select this NP render settings, which is the one I had left in DAZ Studio, there you go. Your character is ready to go. Lighting, as you can see, the Octane lights are in place. Real-time rendering, and you're good to go. Now, if you select the default render, you notice that the default render will come up with the background, but there's no character or anything showing here. And you're wondering, hey, wait, what gives? Well, there's no geometry attached to it. So the great thing about the standalone version is I can connect multiple outputs. So if I go ahead and click my geometry there, now the character pops in. The materials are a little bit off because they were set in a specific way within the NP render. And as you can see, even looking at the eyes, you'd have to play around with the material that's attached to the, I think this is probably the tears that's causing this. But again, your character will pop in. As you can see, we have adjusted one of the eyes. Turns out that the material in particular was for the surface weight. Surface weight was actually showing as 0, and metallicity was also showing, or metalness, I guess, is 0. So we can dial those guys up just to show that, the default render from DAZ Studio, what you're getting. So that's your default render versus the NP rendering, which has a pretty decent depth of field and much different background lighting, and it gives you a much better looking character or a much better looking render. So the other thing I've also gone ahead and done too is the adding a beard. So someone was asking about doing beards, and here from DAZ Studio in Octane, in the Octane Standalone, I'm going to go ahead, let's go back to this, and I'm going to go ahead and connect his beard, and this is what Octane looks like with the beard attached. And I'm going to, let's have a look at what it looks like here with the NP render. And there we go. We'll give that a minute or two. So as you see, the hair actually comes in really good. And I've got a close-up setting here, so we'll just switch to that one. And you can see a lot of the detail for the eyes and all of that. So you do, with the skin texture and settings, you do get a lot of detail in it. This is DAZ character brought in here, and here's the hair coming in really well. So if you've got any more questions, please let me know. I think the other thing someone asked about was saving materials. So I've got a few materials here that I've exported in DAZ Studio, and they're accessible here in the standalone and vice versa. Some skin materials also. And there is the new Material X, which, if I recall, that's a part of the 2026 alpha
So there are a ton of other materials that you can drag into your node graph without a problem, attach them to your character if needed. None of these really apply, and you'll be good. Again, let me know if you have any other questions.
So this is Tug PSX from DAZ/Digital Art Live forums. If you got any more questions on using Octane in this way, please reach out to us. Thanks and have a great day.